Guys, 15 things we can expect in Mafia the Old Country. Mafia the Old Country has finally been announced at Gamescom 2024, sparking excitement among fans of the iconic franchise. This marks the first new entry in the series since Mafia 3 in 2016 and the first major Mafia game announced in 8 years. Set in the breathtaking backdrop of Sicily during the early 1900s, this title promises to explore the origins of organized crime in the Italian Mafia's homeland. While Hangar 13 and 2K have kept most details under wraps, speculation and expectations are running high. Here are 15 things we can expect in this much-anticipated installment. An authentic Sicilian setting. First, Mafia the Old Country breaks the franchise tradition of American urban settings, opting instead for the rustic historical beauty of Sicily. Expect cobblestone streets, olive groves, and coastal vistas steeped in the charm and turmoil of the early 20th century. The developer's track record of detailed era-accurate environments guarantees a richly immersive Sicilian experience. Second, a prequel storyline. Set 20 years before the events of the original Mafia game, this prequel promises to explore the origins of the Italian Mafia. The story may delve into how the families began their rise to power, giving players a deeper understanding of the criminal empire's foundation. And while it might contain a heartfelt love story, while past Mafia games have briefly touched on romance, it has never been a significant focus of the narrative. The exception is Mafia Definite Edition, which showcased a tender love story that added emotional depth to the protagonist's journey. Mafia the Old Country has the potential to expand on this idea, weaving a compelling love story into the larger narrative of crime and betrayal. A well-developed romantic subplot could humanize the protagonist, offering a stark contrast on the brutality of Mafia life. This dynamic would allow players to see another side of the character, deepening their emotional investment in the story. Third is new gameplay mechanics. Building on the systems introduced in earlier games, the Old Country may feature updated mechanics, including expanded interactions with NPCs, deeper social systems, and territory management innovations to suit the pre-modern Mafia era. Fourth is era-appropriate weaponry. Weapons like early revolvers, bolt-action rifles, and even melee tools such as knives and gloves will likely dominate combat. Fans can look forward to authentic 1900s weapons design that bring a gritty realism to the game. Fifth is a captivating protagonist. As with Tommy Angelo, Vito, and Lincoln Clay, the game will undoubtedly feature a compelling protagonist. Fans are eager to meet their new character and follow their rise through the criminal underworld. Number 6 is realistic vehicle designs. Given the time period, expect vintage automobiles, horse-drawn carts, and possibly bicycles to reflect transportation methods of the 1900s. This vehicle will likely feature slower speeds and require skillful handling in pursuit sequences. More of a less driving and more action. One of the most common criticism of the Mafia series is that the over-reliance on long driving sections during missions. The Mafia the Old Country should strike a better balance by reducing the length and frequency of driving segments. Instead, the game should focus on action-packed combat and shooting sequences that highlight the protagonist's role in the Mafia. And while driving can be an effective way to build tension or deliver items, it often overshadows the core gameplay, making players feel more like chauffeurs than mobsters. Number 7 is political and social themes. Sicily during the early 1900s was rife with social upheaval, poverty, and the emergence of powerful families controlling communities. Expect these themes to play a significant role in the storyline, adding depth to the world and motivations for the characters. Number 8 is Don Salieri's possible role. Ennio Salieri, the iconic Don from the original Mafia, might appear in his younger days, whether as a protagonist, mentor, or even a rival. His presence could tie the Old Country to the large franchise narrative. Number 9 is enhanced territory management. Building on the system introduced in Mafia 3, the Old Country may refine territory control players could engage in managing frames. They can also manage farms, vineyards, or ports, adding a layer of strategic depth to the gameplay. Number 10 is period-accurate music. The soundtrack will likely feature Italian folk music, opera, and early jazz to immerse players in the era. Expect music to play a central role in creating the game's atmosphere as it has in previous entries. Number 11 is tense interactions with rival families. The rise of the Mafia involved intense rivalries between families. Players can expect alliances, betrayals, and turf wars to play a significant role, driving the narrative and gameplay forward. Number 12 is dynamic weather and day-night cycles. Given the stunning setting, a dynamic weather system with sun-drenched afternoons and moody rainstorms could add visual and gameplay variety. A day-night cycle may also influence missions and stealth mechanics. Number 13 is site-rich content. From exploring Sicilian villages to engaging in smaller self-contained narratives, side missions in the old country could offer players a more expansive and immersive world than any prior game in the series. The Mafia franchise is known for its richly detailed open world that faithfully recreate the atmosphere of their respective eras. However, while the cities are visually stunning, they often lack engaging activities outside the main story. Previous entries offered little more than collectibles, such as magazines and posters, leaving players with no compelling reasons to explore the world after completing the campaign. Mafia the Old Country needs to break this pattern by introducing meaningful open-world activities, side missions, optional jobs, and dynamic events scattered throughout the city would not only enhances the gaming experience, but also encourages players to immerse themselves in the game world. Whether it's running small-time rackets, participating in underground boxing matches, or uncovering hidden lore, these additions could make the game open world feel alive and rewarding. Number 14 is potential for secret locations. The game may include hidden caves, smugglers' hideouts, or old ruins, allowing players to uncover secrets and treasures tied to the Mafia's origins, rewarding exploration beyond the main missions. And number 15 is groundbreaking visuals and performance. As a next-gen title, Mafia the Old Country will likely leverage cutting-edge graphics and performance enhancements. Expect stunning visuals that bring early 1900s Sicily to life with meticulous attention to details. A 60 FPS performance mode is one of the most glaring omissions in previous Mafia games, which has been the lack of a 60 FPS performance mode even on current generation consoles like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The games has traditionally run at 30 FPS, limiting the fluidity of gameplay and combat. With the hardware capabilities of modern systems, Mafia the Old Country has an opportunity to rectify this. Players should have the option to choose between a performance mode that prioritizes smooth 60 FPS gameplay and a quality mode that emphasizes graphical fidelity at 30 FPS. This flexibility would allow players to tailor their experience and enjoy the game's open-world action with a level of smoothness than previous title lacked. So, Mafia the Old Country is shaping up to be a deeply immersive and ambitious addition to the beloved franchise. While details remain scarce, these expectations suggest that the game has the potential to redefine what a Mafia title can achieve. Fans eagerly await further news and a glimpse of gameplay to solidify these hopes. And in conclusion, we can say that Mafia the Old Country represents a fresh start for the franchise, set in a fascinating new time and place with the potential to tell a gripping story, but addressing the technical and design shortcomings of previous games. The developers can create an experience that lives up to their series legacy. From a polished launch to meaningful open-world activities, smoother frame rates, heartfelt storytelling, and refined gameplay, these 5 improvements could elevate Mafia the Old Country into a game worthy of its name. Fans are eager to see if Hangar 13 can deliver an unforgettable chapter in the Mafia saga. So guys, let me know in the comments below what do you think about these 15 things we can expect in the Mafia the Old Country. Do give up all your opinions guys, I would love to hear from you. And hit the like button and subscribe our channel for more notifications. The bell icon bro, that's the most important thing of all time. Do click it because you guys deserve the notifications sooner. And if you missed out our previous video which was about Mafia the Old Country official music, deep dive into the music and soundtrack of this 2024 release, discover how the haunting melodies and thrilling scores elevate the narrative and enhance the gameplay experience in one of the most anticipated games of the year. Do check out the music guys, it's very good. Until then, take care and see you all in our next video. This is Capix Gaming and goodbye.